My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. The idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time from which your seeing suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time and cannot, in fact, understand anything. So what this lesson is looking at is, again, our controlling our minds to some degree and recognizing that our mind, if you think of it like an engine or like an energetic field that gives off static or maybe little photons, is preoccupied with past thoughts. Part of what we do as humans is we see time through education in a linear fashion. So I see today, I remember yesterday, I remember the day before yesterday, I remember a year prior to yesterday. And so I am using my mind, that energetic field, to, one, record, just as I'm recording this video, and two, to reflect upon that which I have recorded. What the Course is suggesting here is that we can become preoccupied with our past thoughts. So, as I was preparing this lesson and reading through it and thinking about, as you go further down into the lesson, as always, there's a prescription. So, the prescription or the practice period is to first say, I seem to be thinking about. So I seem to be thinking about John, a friend from high school. We were best friends, and then for a while there was some romantic energy that happened for some time. Then the name of each of your thoughts specifically. For example, I seem to be thinking about John, about that was in high school, or the name of an object, and about the name of the emotion. And the emotion for me in relationship to John would be affection, would be love, would be fealty, would be friendship, but at the same time it would also be disappointment, it would be hurt, there was resentment, there was anger, because we had conflicts in not just our friendship, but ultimately in our romantic relationship. So, and so on, concluding further, the Course leads through in the lesson, concluding at the end of the mind-searching period with, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. So that when I've been thinking about this, and I've been thinking about this because I've been writing about a variety of things, and I'm always kind of, ironically, as a writer, you mine sometimes through your past for how did things feel, how did things work out, how did things not work out, and how can you reconstruct that into a narrative. So I was looking at some things that I was writing, and so that got me to thinking about John, and that got me to thinking about how much, as I've gotten older and I've had other friendships and I've had other romantic relationships, how much I truly cherished John's friendship. And I even cherish it more now, perhaps because we were younger and we weren't as jaded about life or about people. Even, I've always thought, even from that time past when I was 17, 18, now 20 years later, I've thought, gee, I wish I had the maturity that I possess now to have communicated with him from a place that didn't include anger and resentment and hurt when our romantic relationship ended, and maintained our personal friendship or being best friends. So when I look back, there is a form of preoccupation with the past. And what the Course is suggesting is that I can bring the past on some level into the present. And that is part of the distraction. So that's why it's giving you this exercise, that your mind is preoccupied with these thoughts. I am preoccupied, in a sense, with the thought that I failed. And so I carry that through all these years, all these memories, all these relationships, all these people that, gee, I fail at this. Instead of what's more useful is perhaps reframing this, that part of what John's assignment in my life was, and he would have to answer to some degree what my assignment in his life was, is he was to teach me that I could be loved in many different kinds of ways. I could be loved as a friend, I could be loved as a brother, I could be loved as a lover, and that I was able to express that back to him as well as perhaps it was clumsy, but I was able also to express disappointment and hurt and resentment and anger when we broke up, essentially. So that I have learned that lesson for several years afterwards, all the way from 18 to at least 23 or 24. Several friends got deeply annoyed with my guilt, with my shame, with my pining, because we were really, really good, close friends. And I also felt on some level that I had abandoned him when we broke up, and then I left high school, and then I worked for a while, and then I moved to another city. And even as I tried to look him up online over the years, I haven't been able to find him. So some of my personal ethics and integrity that I've developed are preoccupied by this thought of, hey, did I do that person wrong? So what lesson 8 is teaching us is to not get preoccupied with the past without bringing some form of closure or awareness or reflectiveness to what actually occurred. As always, I'm Kyle Phoenix, and we're going through A Course in Miracles lessons piece by piece by piece, and I hope that you enjoy them. If you like, you can email me at kylephoenixshow@gmail.com, and I'll be able to get back to you, hopefully. Thank you. Bye.